This is David, senior finance guy, been in the industry 20 years. His week looks like this: Monday, client breakfast; Tuesday, team lunch; Wednesday, networking dinner; Thursday, drinks with the regional team; Friday, whatever there's left. He didn't choose this lifestyle, it chose him. It came with the career, the relationship, the deals, and for a long time, he didn't think twice about it. But somewhere in his mid-40s, things shifted. The weight crept up slowly, not dramatically, just quietly, a few kilos here, a little softer there, clothes fitting differently, energy not quite what it was. He tried to fix it, cut back on the dinners, hired a PT, did a clean eating phase that lasted about 3 weeks before a client dinner came up, and everything he tried. Did a clean eating phase that lasted about 3 weeks before a client dinner comes along, and every time he tried, the same thing happened. The plan assumed he would be home cooking every night, that he could skip the client dinner, that he could say no to the wine at the table. That was never his life, and it never will be. He was just missing one thing: a plan that was actually built for the life he was already living, not like a 25-year-old fitness coach. A plan that was actually built for the life he was already living. Let's fast forward 20 weeks, okay? David is 9 kilos down, okay? Leaner than he has ever been in years. He's still going to client dinners, still having drinks at networking events, still living the life that built his career. But he walks into those rooms differently now, more confident, more in control, like the version of himself he has been meaning to get back to for years. And what he told me that stuck with me: Jack, I didn't think I could have both. Turns out, I just needed someone to show me how. Now, does any of that sound familiar? Maybe you're not David exactly, maybe your industry looks different, maybe it's not finance, maybe it's property, hospitality, sales, professional services, but I'm willing to bet that somewhere in there you recognize something. The lifestyle that builds your careers slowly working against your body. The feeling that to get in shape, you have to become a different person, live a different life. Say no to the things that actually matters to you. Okay? The quiet acceptance that this is just what happens when you get older and successful. But that's not the truth. So let me tell you something that most coaches won't say to you. Your lifestyle is not the problem. Your social life is not the problem. The client dinners are not the problem. Here's what was actually happening. Every plan David ever tried assumed he had full control over every meal. Okay, he could prep on Sundays, he could skip the table wines, that he could choose the gym over dinner. None of that was realistic. And the moment real life showed up, okay, the plan collapsed. Because it was never built for his real life in the first place. Okay, that's it. That's the whole reason. Not him, the system. And once David understood that, everything changed. Now, I know exactly what's going through your head right now. Jack, I eat out almost every meal. I can't control what I eat. David was eating out 5 nights a week, okay? Client dinners, business lunch, hotel convention. We didn't tell him to stop. We gave him a playbook for every single one of those situations. How to read a menu and still hit his target, what to order at a Chinese restaurant, how to handle the wine at the table without derailing the week. Because awareness beats restriction every single time. You don't need to eat perfectly. You need to understand what you are eating. And once you have that, you can eat anywhere and still make progress. Okay, but Jack, I travel too much. My routine disappeared the moment I get on the plane. Okay, David was in a different city almost every week. Okay, we built his training around hotel rooms, 3 sessions a week, 40 minutes each, minimal equipment, works anywhere in the world, because the best program isn't the one that looks perfect on paper, it's the one that travels with you. But Jack, I already have a PT. Let me ask you something honest, okay? Your PT is with you for 3 hours a week. Okay, what happens to the other 165 hours? What happens at the client dinner when you don't know what to order? What happens at the hotel minibar at 11 PM after a long day? What happens when you land in a new city and your whole routine disappears? That's where it falls apart, not in the gym. And that's exactly where I am every single day. Daily check-in, adjusting your plan in real time based on what's actually happening in your life. I'm there for every client dinner, every work trip, every moment that used to derail you. A PT gives you a session, I give you a system. A system works even when you're in a different city every week. But Jack, I'm in my late 40s, is it too late to actually change this? I hear this a lot and I want to be very direct with you. Age is just a factor. It's not a sentence. Okay, I work with men in their late 40s and 50s who are in the best shape of their life, not because they found some secret, because they finally had the right structure and the right support at the right time. David is leaner now than he was at 38, not because he worked harder, because he finally stopped fighting his lifestyle and started working with the lifestyle. So let me show you what these 20 weeks actually look like. Week 1, we sit down. I learn everything about your life, your travel schedule, your typical week, the restaurant you go to, the events you can skip. And we build everything around that. 3 sessions a week that fit your calendar, daily check-in that take less than 5 minutes, nutrition strategy built around restaurants, business travel, and social eating, not against it. No meal prep, no skipping dinner, no becoming a different person. David didn't change his life, he changed how he navigated his life. And 20 weeks later, 9 kilos down, still in every room that matters, still the guy that want to have dinner with. Still in every room that matters, still the guy people want to have dinner with. Just leaner, more energetic, and more in control. I want to ask you something, okay? 10 years ago, how did you imagine you look and feel today? Is that where you are right now? Because if it's not, and you keep doing what you're doing, where are you going to be in another 10 years? The people around you are watching. Your team, your clients, your family, and most importantly, you are watching you. Every time you avoid the mirror in the hotel room, every time you feel winded walking through an airport terminal, every time you tell yourself you will sort this out when schedule calms down, you feel it and you know it. You can keep blaming the lifestyle, the travel, the dinners, the industry. Or you can do what David did. Stop fighting your reality, get the right system, get someone in your corner every single day, and actually make changes. You have already booked this call, and that means something. That means part of you already knows it's time. So come to that call ready to be honest and about where you are, about what you have tried, and what you actually want your life to look like. No judgment, no fluff, just a real conversation about what is actually going to take to get you there. I'll see you in the call.